head-to-head that had happened very recently. Game tape plus EG on the rise. FURIA have absolutely dominated their other matches. 16 easies both times in order to get to the 2-1 group. Now all they've got to do is beat paiN.
Yeah, we say that, but we also cast Heartbreak in this specific head-to-head where it was paiN to take a win over FURIA to qualify to Lisbon earlier this year. And so a bit of revenge in a bigger way. I think if you could pick one or the other, you know, probably be this to be able to play in front of the home crowd, as was brought up in the interviews, of course, a dream for any Brazilian player.
Yeah, for sure. Undoubtedly. And a tough road. paiN gonna be beginning on the T side. Molotov and a frag. Door immediately off its hinges. Zevi wastes no time. It is ramp under question. And yuurih, he won't linger. He's gonna fall right back down to the B site. So paiN, they will be given the road that they want to take. And yuurih now trying to put up some kind of a resistance. He's got Art by him, and they just keep backing up, and keep backing up. And then they just multiply, because now there's 3 of them here with the Berettas of drop. But the bomb's planted, so mission somewhat successful. The doors start closing. Ominous. Zevi, he gets popped. Art in with another kill alongside Cacerado, and so it is the Biguzera that has to find all 5. Unlikely. Nigh impossible. FURIA pick up CT-sided pistol.
Yeah, they came through that mad, and that was just really good from yuurih to stay alive. And then they kept falling back and got them to participate in some really CT-favored duels. And you could tell desperately that paiN wanted to take over control side, but to do it with a kill as well. And FURIA made sure that they couldn't do that.
We look back at that EG hiccup that happened on Nuke. I mean, that was one where FURIA maybe kind of get caught sleeping. And we know it's a tale that's all too common with the America's Road to Rio or RMRs, in that some of the favorites, you slip up in a single BO1, suddenly you're no longer legends. You know, not only is the road to Rio long, but the road in Rio to the finals or to the playoffs going to be that much longer for FURIA. Armor not quite here, just a few pistols sprinkled in from paiN, so very minimal. Maybe looking for another plant, looking for their first kill of the map, in fact.
The upside is the amount of days they play in front of the crowd. Be FURIA or paiN, potentially.
Huge. Yeah, huge plus.
Going through challengers. One of them will. Make no mistake, right at the end of this match, we'll find out.
Cacerado lying in wait. Of course, the question of how many could have crossed. Grenade damage. Gonna soften up a few. Fresh magazine, no kill. Skullz will crack open the site. Og. It's been a while. PKL, quick trade up close. Make that a double and an upgrade into the Og. Biguzera falls. And Art, he's stuck behind this piece of cover. No teammate yet near him. PKL, what can you get up to? He's got the bomb on his back. He'd have a chance to leave. But the fact that he's got a player pinned in, why not try and make this duel happen? It's just the mind game as to where's the second player at.
Yeah, with the door open as well, he's not now sure if Art ended up leaving. And you know he likes to scurry. PKL still keeping tabs on this, and Art did, in fact, reposition. But he's in a spot where if he goes around the railings, he's going to have an advantage in clearing Art. But we'll see if he has the cognizance to do it. And it seems like he's almost forgot about him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's not quite looking. He's going to fall down, and Art, patience pays off.
Looked like a bit of a bait. He wanted to wait a second. It's like, no, he didn't forget about me, did he? But that works out for FURIA. It's not oftentimes you'll see Cacerado get rattled there by the rush. It seemed like he was just a bit behind on the timing. They were on both sides of the silo and lower. By the time he reacted, he didn't even get his one, but yuurih somehow caught that MP9 kill out of the ramp. We will see a lot of clutch frags coming out this match.
So no extra plant, but again, they didn't come in with too much of a buy. So we'll see the AKs up, grenades in abundance, paiN. Let's see what they've got early. Poor PKL, gonna take some damage there. The smokes go down outdoors, and he's the only player over here. Frag just sails through, finds him perfectly, half the health gone. And more than half of paiN starting to lean towards this ramp hit yet again. No contact though. yuurih gonna play pinned in the corner. Here's the ruckus. Confirms the contact with a kill and a half. Incendiary gets put out, so a little bit of a threat here that stalls paiN. Meanwhile, there's an additional CT at the bottom of the ramp. saffee falls back just slightly enough to catch the kill, as does Art, striking from down beneath. 2 players left for paiN. That's it. Bomb down 40 seconds. Maybe PKL can draw something back from Garage. No, saffee turns, reacts, and shuts this one down for a likely FURIA third.
Sharp rotations in this one to have Art come up the ramp that quickly, and they also had a good adjustment with saffee falling back. saffee down to 2 in the 1v3. He's already really close to a good place to save. Ooh, wonder if he got spotted here.
Point to note, of course, saffee having rifled more than opping, as Maui alluded to, and yet here as well, that AUG coming out early twice now.
Yeah, I think he'll pick it up when they get the money versus a full buy, but yeah, all of his clutches are basically with rifles.
Just a salient point, I think, just because the fact that like it's hard to slot into the FURIA system. I can't imagine it's even easier when you have to play with the sniper. So if you can lean on a different, skill set. Only Henny, man. Henny was made for it, but yeah. Alas, that didn't work out.
Yeah. But it's kind of weird because it sounds like a backhanded compliment to be like, oh, all of his clutches are with rifles, but he's just very versatile and maybe not quite as good with the op, still pretty good and very good with the rifles, so that's always nice. And then you also have Art who can pick it up whenever he wants.
Speaking of Art, 8-0 the start, 3 rounds in.
That's a good sign.
Excellent.
Yeah, he's one player that if he top frags, there's just not really much you have to worry about with the rest of the lineup in terms of consistency. The yuurih combo is one of the strongest.
saffee slotting into the credit card. Players on the other end. Great flash. Nobody sees him though. Oh, poor PKL. He got blinded up in the same time. Or else he would have just had saffee's head on a silver platter, much like Hardzawa does. M4 picked up and dropped right after with the bomb alongside it. So all things considered, FURIA content with shutting down these pistols.
You don't have to feel bad for him because that's the second time they've ate a team flash. The other was versus saffee inside a turnpike. And if they didn't mistime it, could have actually been around a couple of times. So what looks like close situations distill into very favored advantages here for FURIA. They close out. They got a good start here on CT side. Pressure's on paiN. They do not look that fearsome right now. Don't buy up. We saw in the looking at the maps earlier with paiN, they spend a lot of time in lobby, almost always double defaulting here. Didn't filter for the anti-ecos, but they'll throw some regular cross smokes outside, but they certainly do not abuse it.
Drop, blind as a bat, commits to the spray, and it nets him 1. But Skullz wraps around that site. saffee gonna get the helping hand from yuurih, and saffee wastes no time. Extending out, making sure bomb hits the ground. A 2v2 turn 2v1 as saffee now finds himself trying to trail Art at the top of the scoreboard for FURIA. PKL, clutch attempt. Plenty of time to do it. And a face from saffee, but a kill as well to him.
Yeah, that's pretty chill. I mean, they get upstairs, they get across the site, they create some space in that situation, but there's just enough riflers in position. There was no distractions outside. And I think like game plans need to be leaning towards outside most of the time. It feels like people are actually underplaying secret a lot in general. And if no one's spotting the cross, then those cross smokes are going to be even more powerful, even if no one goes down secret, to try to pull the attention away from upstairs. But here they just tried to go for a straight up set tactic.
Gonna try again with pistols and armor. There has been slight openings, we'll say, in these kinds of rounds. But nothing that ever really put the result in question. 5-0 start from FURIA. Cross allowed to paiN, but nobody further than secret for the time being. Again, these have had an affinity towards the ramp splits. Looks like yuurih's gonna stay on high alert.
This is the NAF position. Okay.
Oof. He's got support as well. The rotators have always been very nearby. yuurih never really here on his own. Flash is decent, but the exit canceled. Safe. Can't commit in for the third. It'll be cleaned up by Art. And yet again, these rounds continue to rack up to the favor of FURIA. A little split here from Hardzao, but yuurih, again, going to keep his head on a swivel. PKL, 6 HP, 1v4.
It seems to be pretty obvious exactly what paiN are doing, at least to FURIA. Art is the sign of that because he's rotating in from lower to ramp every single time they basically hit it. So, okay, PKL, no HP, no bomb plants here. Another clean round for FURIA, even easier than before.
Smooth sailing so far. And I think that it would look really great for FURIA to go from playoffs at Pro League into the road to Rio here and just putting a massive gap between them and everybody, barring the EGBO1 loss. You know, I think you can stomach that loss considering the game is close, considering it was a recent rematch. And then, again, these results would just point to FURIA very much being prepared to take on a higher caliber of teams.
Yeah. Well, the explosiveness right now that paiN are bringing, I think like they can still try some of the stuff they've already attempted, even if they've lost some of their duels. Maybe they want to move a bit faster. Not exactly sure. Right now, they have actually smoked cross at 3 rounds out of these 6, and sometimes haven't used it, which is good. But they could also attempt a slower default towards lower. I don't know what they want to do, but there's still options open.
Haven't had too many hard hits into the A site. What, one?
Yeah, just
a gun round ago, and we get a player who splits out Hut, but look how quickly FURIA were able to just respond to that, right? Not shying away from fighting Heaven.
Yeah.
Possibly opened up by the fact that, you know, we haven't seen Safe on the op until now. The fact that he just extends out with the M4 from that Heaven play. You know, perfect tool for the job.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's fair to characterize FURIA as chokers, but I think that would almost be like a compliment considering how strong they appear. And then when they get into usually a top 8, a playoffs or something like that, they struggle, quarters, semis. You know, they're not breaking past that point. It doesn't really feel like it has as much to do with the quality of gameplay and more just the pressure and circumstances.
It really does feel like there's a kind of ceiling on them, right?
But not in terms of skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in results.
Yeah. I look at this team and I'm like, what roster change would you need to make? You know, they have accrued some of the best players in Brazil for sure.
Felt like opping always was the problem. Henny, a flash of success in the pan, but then how do you replace him? Safe slots in, and it's given us good things at the RMR. Started off with an absolute banger. Something like 28 kills, I believe, in their first blowout win.
It was good at the last RMR, too. Wait, he wasn't on... Was he on paiN for the Stockholm RMR as well as the last RMR? I can't actually remember that.
Go check.
I remember he was great in both. No, it was it was Stockholm RMR. He was on paiN, and then FURIA at the last one, and he cleaned house at the... trying to qualify to the major on paiN the first time around. Pressure didn't seem to affect him then.
Here we go. Off the tech into a little hut peek. No follow through with it. yuurih getting adventurous this round.
It feels like they're going to go into another upstairs hit. I'm not exactly sure. They're leaving a lot of space here right now. I think this is what FURIA want. They've got Safe chilling pushed up as well. Normally he's scouting from CT spawn. Hell side. Okay, they'll respond to it. This is good.
CT on red box though. And again, they haven't had to deal with this op. Safe. First bullet, first kill. Big Uzera looks for the fallback. Had a chance there if he were able to keep it crisp. Worried that somebody's actually down beneath him. Not the case. Drop looking for the info through Hut. Doesn't see the contact, but it is very nearby. Dangerously close.
Safe so good at this pick.
Oh, but Skullz comes from the right
shot.
side. Quesarado, though, still facing through the doorway. Nearly tagged up to half through Hut. Big Uzera will find that kill outdoors, but Quesarado all the while cutting down the lobby men. 3v2. Give it
He
up.
made too much noise. He wanted to peek that 3 different ways.
Still a player on hut as well. Big Uzero got his answer outside, but has lost his teammates and has lost 71 health. Nice clean headshot versus drop at the very least.
Bet's
Bomb
open.
could be grabbed here.
It feels like if you had 100 HP, you could just go and grab it.
10 seconds.
There's a chance. Oh,
Yeah, time definitely forcing his hand at that point. And so, 7-0, FURIA, keeping it clean.
yeah, very much so. And you can tell Art is insanely well prepared right now because every single default that's come, Art has found the pack. He's been able to identify when they're going to go outside, when they're at ramp 2 times in a row. His rotations have been kind of excruciating to deal with, I think, if you're paiN, because you're like, what are the clues that he's figuring out right now? I honestly don't see a way out at this moment for paiN based on the rounds we've watched already. It feels like it's almost getting worse, you know, by the rounds. FURIA getting more and more dominant, which is a great sign for them, but a little scary if you're paiN. I think the best sign for them is none of their kills are really hard shots either. They're just good, solid positional moves. Sliding into angles, finding a T, looking the wrong way.
Art loves this. But it gets smoked off, so doesn't net him an opening kill. From having that op on red box to back into the M4 game. If paiN thought maybe they could find that sniper up close, nowhere to be found. Outdoors very much given over to paiN if they want it, as it has been. So they'll put down that wall of smokes and send one outside. Again, a repeat of some of their previous Tech-9 armor rounds. And yuurih, well, he's not going to sit so far back. Instead, poking, prodding paiN. And that's going to be enough to keep them away from ramp for now. It's sort of limited options, really. They don't like the range of outdoors. They don't like the close contact on ramp, so maybe they just try to trickle into this A site with the few flashbangs they've got left over. If so, drops ready to lay down the law and the lead. 2, 3 from above. And a chance at that fourth. PKL will get 1 kill, but 1 kill is all paiN fine in round 8.
They're playing like they got dinner plans, man.
Hell, lunch at this point.
Yeah, true. Late brunch. They're getting mimosas after this.
But this is what, you know, they're supposed to do. Show up to the RMR alongside Liquid and be the 2 heavy favorites. Just dismantle everybody else. Show that in terms of NA representation, or America's representation, can't quite touch FURIA. Unless you're EG. Guns back up. paiN to the lobby. They put the wall smokes outside, straight out the gate, but nobody to cross behind it this time. So very much setting their fixation onto the A site. Drop not on the rafters, but on top of hut and blind as a bat. They didn't see him, but still they'll catch the kill. And Big Uzera's found himself the double. Last time 2 players died here, Caserado was able to play towards door, but Hardzao gets that one. Safe flanks, catches the fallback from Zevi, and now they should know that this A plant is theirs for the taking. Best position paiN have been in so far this half.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to find a way in. PKL, even as just this kind of late round contingency plan, is in a perfect position. There's kind of no way to clear him. He'll grab his. That's actually a round for paiN, and we got to shout out Big Uzero and also the assistant flashbangs that helped them get across the site. They kept drop on top of that hut molly forever, and then, of course, there was a chance that Caserado could find one, but he got blasted as soon as that smoke came up inside of Squeaky. So just good shooting here from paiN as they try, you know, another set play to the upstairs. Big Uzero is going to be in charge of Squeaky most of the time in their defaults, but in general, he's the best player on the team. I'm not sure what the stats say recently. I think he's definitely played well. Everyone seems to have some pretty good numbers, but from what we've seen on paiN, Big Uzero is a a really big talent. Okay.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Love that.
He was definitely the reason that FURIA did not make it to Lisbon earlier this year.
This one, no doubt, means more. Save gonna reposition that sniper. Ooh, combat opping. Point blank on the hut. And PKL to cross outdoors. No resistance here. Safe. Oh, getting pelted by damage as he tags Zevi in the lobby. yuurih gonna be queued up for a potential multi-kill. They're coming at him. This wall, though, unsuspecting position. 2 kills clean. 3 from yuurih, and the last player is so low thanks to that op. So suddenly paiN right back to losing ways. Zevi, he knows that yuurih's still pinned in this corner, but there's just nothing he can do to get him out. yuurih, rock solid hold with that off angle along the wall.
Yeah, he was last spotted on the right side, and they threw some farther flashes. They didn't throw any close pop flash, so they didn't cover this position, and they also didn't clear it. And of course, if you don't clear yuurih, he will kill you. He's not going to miss that. So this couldn't be easier. I think once they saw that Safe was in the hut, there's no way for Safe to get back to ramp because he's dropped into the site. So it's like, okay, here's an opportunity. We're not ready for outside. Ramp makes a lot of sense.
So, little change here up from paiN. Gonna put Zevi on the op and try to have him find a pick outside. Feel like it's been far and few between where FURIA will actually play towards red. Especially versus the rounds they assume it's just the Tech 9s. They'll lean back, they'll give you the cross. So Zevi may be hunting ghosts, nothing for him to find just yet.
Definitely doesn't feel like there's been enough squeaky pressure from the T side. Some of the bullets coming back their direction is important for CT, but it's a little bit more risky for the CTs to fight. You know, the T's will happily take a 50-50 with a smoke spam battle, see if they can make it a 4v4. And they got PKLs at the back of mini, but that's the only amount of map control they've got so far.
Oof. Drop. Feeling like he wants to fight. They felt the squeeze coming. They interrupt it before paiN can attack on their own terms. Art, too well aware. The wraparound from PKL, bomb in the vision of Cacerado, so he's going to stay fixated on this one. Utility comes out from Squeaky. Zevi's patience could pay off, but Safe wins the op duel. FURIA win the round. That is 10 out of 11.
Just faster. Just walked into that angle and still won. Yeah, there was not much going on there. I mean, the PKL lurk was one thing, but it was a meager execute, and they lingered, you know, with this shoulder peek inside of the hut, waited for some action to come to them. I don't think they could see the round win in their mind's eye.
Oh, PKL alive at least. A slim silver lining, and he's not alone. The whole pack's right behind him. So let's see what FURIA's protocols are for this B site. Nobody's fallen down just yet. Now they come in 2 from ramp. Op included on Safe.
And they clue into things so quickly. Look at the amount of support down here. This is shaping up to be a round that, you know, paiN wished they had guns. They're in decent spots.
Footsteps heard. The sprint is in, and yuurih strikes from above. 2 kills as Art chimes in with a single. Big Uzera taken to 22. And that coveted bomb plant not even secured here for paiN. Everybody gets swept away. Again, CT's just way too ready.
Yeah, they were in a good spot. yuurih was in the perfect position just for them to come out of decon specifically. Like, normally people are playing Clock or they're playing Xantares, but he's here just in a brand new position. Leave it to yuurih to find something new.
5 HP and a fever dream. Not going to happen here. Art with the USP to finish. And FURIA making mincemeat of paiN right now.
Yeah, seriously. paiN could look forward to CT side, but FURIA's T side on this map is obviously really good.
In terms of this head-to-head, we haven't seen Nuke since 2021. So, back then it was close. This time around, FURIA cut from a different cloth. Ooh, little contact spotted. Opening kill on a gun round. Something paiN could not find until. So let's go.
That was Art's flash. That head save running into the wall. I guess he wanted the op.
And the kills. As Art and yuurih were tied, 15 frags apiece. Now Art back in with the edge. paiN sulk into the lobby.
Yeah. I feel like as a caller and an individual, Art has really won this map so far.
Ooh. Drop with a little tease in the lobby. They exchange glances. He falls back. It's going to be yuurih, point of contact. He's done a very good job at racking up kills here, but it's just the one and done in round 13. 45 seconds as the contact backsights made. Big Uzera loses health. Fire destined for Art. He can't quite clip the elbow. Misses another shot and falls to the flames. Man advantage was lost, but now regained. And paiN have that deep control position. CSGO.
Imagine.
Ooh.
Door's closed though. No, it's not.
He's through. He's through, and he stops it. And now somehow paiN have to cross back over, and it's going to be Skullz in the 1v1. CSGO on for the 3K, but denied. Individuals stepping up in the form of Skullz.
Well done from Skullz, man. That was definitely necessary. He's the one to replace Nython in this roster, and yeah, of course he's coming into a big ask to be at their first, major qualifier together. And he puts up a good clutch here in the first half. They got a little scared when Art was their backside. They really should have just let that molly expand as much as possible. Art had a couple of chances to get his kills.
paiN at the point of this T side where you just got to take what you can get. So 2-round wins. Still some space to improve this. Art goes over top, but doesn't walk away with the kill. Surrounded by players at that point. Molly goes through to cut off the pack. And CSGO does a ton of damage to Big Uzera. With the op of safe, plucking Zevi off the play. We get the solo squeaky lurk. And now that the smokes are gone, how the hell do paiN expect to get themselves to secret? Big Uzera only has the one, but maybe it's just the frags that can alleviate the pressure here. CSGO getting killed. Slight edge paiN. Skullz waits, connects with another headshot into drop. Now it looks like paiN could find a third.
Yeah, this is very decent. Honestly, even though it was a 5v4, because Art saw that they were definitely going to be crossing, multiple players shooting back at him, that was a good amount of info. yuurih, he might incidentally see this, but okay, and now there's really no chance. Safe up front, good shot.
Okay, they cross, and Hardzao holds. So as they commit in to the 3 on A, it is 3 to survive, and a third round 2.
You just, you wish no one jumps up on red there, even if you have to kill them, because now lobby is extremely weak, and there's a chance that the CTs go and try to take control of it. But at the end of the day, it's still a 5v4 right there, and that makes a world of difference. So we come into the last round, a chance for paiN to get some dignity back, potentially win a fourth. This is FURIA's worst buy of the half. Poor drop here on the 5-7.
Ooh, you say that like he's not about to two-shot Skullz.
Okay.
Doesn't even extend for the gun. Gets in, gets out. Job done. players sliding into secret. Safe. You just hear
Brutal.
the poor guy getting pelted through smoke. And then Art with the removal of Big Uzera. So Zevi and Hardzao, 2 versus 4 in the final round of what has been a very difficult T-side. They will at least get past Caserado. Hardzao has been giving us some shots, and Zevi even claims a life as well. Now, that's all of the best weapons. So Drop finding the AK that he earned inside of Hut. But the health advantage, you'd think that should be enough for FURIA to close with. And Drop, I love the activity here, wrapping back around outside.
Yeah, there's so much time on the clock that paiN are, almost certainly going to take their time. And they know because of the outside cross, once again, lobby's weak. So they have just really good rotations here. I think Drop put himself in a great position.
Zevi.
That wouldn't go.
Oh, he didn't see it. Drop wouldn't be the first person to fall victim to this angle. And sure enough, Zevi, patience, gives him his 8th. yuurih will now have to close. They've got heaven control already. And Zevi's bringing in that bomb.
Yeah, they almost certainly know it's 1-1 decisive. Drop was wrapping into the back of Mini.
yuurih would have heard those footsteps still above him.
This is somehow possible. Like, they're actually low. He's got this MP9. It would just have to be...
Once he clears out her, it feels like it's going to have to be one of those wild ladder antics. Or the surefire wraparound. Again, low HP here. So Hardzao seems to be very trained on this angle. yuurih gonna walk into it and fall victim. So great recovery there for paiN, all things considered. A 2 versus 4 from Secret to give them 4 rounds on this half. A half that looked like a total blowout. Now paiN's CT side needs to be rock solid. looked like paiN had come into this best of 3 with a flat line, but right towards the end of that half, just when we're about to close the casket, we get a pulse. We've got a heartbeat. paiN very much alive, at least at the start of this one. We'll see if a pistol can be added to the tally. A little momentum on the CT side of Nuke could maybe bring this game a little closer, get things competitive. Hell, put a little respect on their names, but FURIA just looked steps ahead.
Yeah, they looked very good. I think 4 rounds just on its face, it's bad, but it doesn't look desperate. I think there's still potential here. They can like look at themselves in the mirror and honestly say, okay, we've done this before. We could potentially make this comeback or make it competitive.
Of course, can't forget, one of those rounds comes by way of Skullz 1v2. Another round at 2 versus 4. So, Art, try again. Big Uzera going to cancel out the mini entry. He'll find 2 kills in the pistol already. Man advantage here for the way of paiN. However, A site looks like FURIA could have taken it. They opt not to. yuurih brings bomb downstairs. It's a free plant if you want it. Or the mind games sink in. Zevi hears the door, thinks maybe he's back behind site.
Oh, wow. They've
opened up the A site
they pulled
even
off
further.
Something huge, and the upstairs rotator is just so low. He's going to be very slow about coming back this way. So a lot of this could come down to yuurih and the timing, depending on if there's if there's noise made in this position.
yuurih, instead of going back up the vents,
he's killed so well
through mini. Vent could become problematic eventually. Plants for beneath heaven, invites the peek over top. Nade does nothing.
I kind of got everything covered now because there's no hut rotation, right? Okay, they're not watching the vent. So this is something.
Zevi's chance in. Oh, hearts out. Doesn't even go for the fight, but drops downwards. Nobody there to try and help him, so he's a sitting duck as he falls down into the site. Consumed by the snake pit as yuurih cancels out the vent play, and PKL gets caught. A recovery in the pistol for FURIA. Mind games, B fakes, and then that re-rotation into A.
That was a sick round. That was a classic FURIA mid-round right there. I think that's what makes them stand out from the rest. That was a super good way to pull the rotators out of heaven up the upper sights. Had them believing it was lower, and then I think the mistake they made was just not having a high HP player up in heaven, just waiting. Instead, just had him scouting from hell instead, which really weakened their position entirely upstairs, which was clearly still a threat.
paiN feeling the pressure of the situation come through with the force. 2 CZs. Deegs MP9. SMG here in the hands of Big Uzera. 2 kills in the pistol for him. Wasn't enough for his team to follow through. And while he gets a bit of chip damage into safe, the cross has been allowed.
Almost no friction here to defend against this. They're not trying to dissuade anybody from rotating downstairs, though. There's not much pressure here on Squeaky. In fact, it's the CTs who are keeping this smoked smartly. But they're the ones who are also very limited on resource. In fact, that's the last smoke of the round.
Zevi finds some good damage at least, but he won't be able to escape in case Serato sitting inside of the lobby, queued up for a second. That one will get shut down by Skullz. 2 health left to him. Whoa, these stray shots, a warning sign as to what's to come. PKL up next. CZ good for 1 and a ton of damage. A doable round here for paiN, but they get spotted in vent and safe.
Wait, if you're going to go back upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Opens up the rotate, and Hardzao knows it. He's going to try to get himself back up into heaven. A Kevlar CZ with 22 health, and now a Galil. Decent upgrade.
They've already got off the optimal positions. They know about the rotation already.
And they're wrapping heaven.
They're wrapping heaven on top of it.
I love how active FURIA play.
Seriously. Very quick. Oh. Huge rifle.
Oh, as he's fallen down,
in the
shot
head.
Through the feet into the head. We call that one the skewer.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, another great mid-round right there. It's weird because you're like, the CT drops vent is actually as fast as he can do it. And if he just starts shooting, he'll probably kill someone. They were so low. But as soon as FURIA saw that and he tried to hide, they just started spamming. So that was really well handled by FURIA in a tenuous spot. If they ran lower in that spot, they would have lost for sure.
Damn, huge performance from Safe yet again. He has been dominating on the road to Rio.
That's why he's on my fantasy.
Is he?
I think so.
Okay.
Because he had that big game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's on Dinko's as well. Dinko's looking for some of the first points of his season. Hang in there, buddy.
One foot after the other.
Yeah. Measly pistols here for paiN, so an incredibly likely 14-4, and then an incredibly unlikely comeback attempt. But round by round, it's all paiN can ask for. A site evacuated, now under the control of FURIA. They're hesitant. There could be some corner crawlers. They won't find him.
Some pretty heavy outplays coming out in multiple instances, both the first and second half already for FURIA. Now, this just doesn't feel like paiN are on their level right now, and I'm not sure if it's because of their specific preparation that they did a great job, or if it's just their previous head-to-heads and where they thought, okay, here's what we needed to change in their last kind of brutal defeat in qualification for Lisbon, or if it's just, in general, they're feeling good, paiN aren't, or paiN are feeling the pressure.
Come on, Art. You know you want a little more money. A couple more kills. But in this case...
I think I should have gone for it.
Yeah,
He had the Mac 10.
Come on.
Eat your heart out.
Feast, brother.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he's okay.
It's everywhere but ramp room, so dying seconds. He'll send some shots downrange. Nothing there. 4 survive, but with nothing, so paiN. Here it is. The buy. The first real buy, and potentially only real buy of this CT side. A damning first half and a pistol round loss. That's all paiN may be walking away from here on Nuke.
Yeah, it is hard, kind of hard to, kind of in good faith, figure out a way that paiN could surmise a win here. But at least on this round, they've got a better buy. Contrast the Galil to the op, and Art on low HP with the Mac 10. What we see already, you know, early on, FURIA putting tons of pressure on the outside cross.
Biguzera, not gonna find it. Just a matter of timing there, and he's off the tee. Artzao sitting above the doubles. Jumping Mac 10 because Art, again, half health, lesser weapon, why not? Zevi comes through with the op hold. We've got a second player inside the site, he knows it, but yuurih just going to tuck down beneath him, bomb in hand, goes for the plant. Zevi, he's gonna stop that. A leg shot somehow, some way, but CSGO's so far away, and Skullz gonna keep him locked outdoors. It is a round win from paiN. Zevi, imagine if he just gets the leg and then yuurih recovers. Oh, that would have been a shattered hope.
He was like 3 feet tall and he still got that leg shot off. Crouched there planting.
yuurih planting with his head somehow wrapped between his legs. I don't know.
Yeah, steel pose.
Look at this shot. Let's see it.
Let's take it back.
Nice and...
Oh my goodness.
Okay, right in the thigh.
Yeah.
yuurih's must, you know...
It kills most men, but not yuurih.
Not yuurih. Does those Maui squats. All the way down.
Really watching him, huh?
Yeah.
I'm mirroring.
Biguzera again. Nope. Spidey senses tingling, but he doesn't pull the trigger.
That's why I just use outside as much as possible. This is more of a classic T side. No rotations at all here for paiN. I mean, they've got... Are they even double up turnpike or they have 3 upper? I can't tell exactly where our 8-man is at the moment. So he's got that up in heaven. So yeah, he's the slowest in this position. He needs to be downstairs yesterday. They can help them. And Artzao can't get the clock. And now he's going to see the pressure coming in, but he finds an opportunity.
Art's still alive. Again,
Oh my goodness gracious.
fighting off the back foot. Safe keeps it clean. His 23rd frag as he soars above the rest of FURIA. yuurih puts in the digits. A 4 versus 5 retake. Serato just gets executed. Jump scare moment. And that opens up the ramp re-aggression. We've now got a ton of bodies coming in from ramp. 3 of the 4. Oof. Bad frag, though. And if the retake wasn't going to be hard enough, now things seem way too awkward. So, again, with so little to work with, such a non-existent margin of error, paiN have to let this one slide onto the scoreboard and give FURIA 10 attempts to close out on map 1.
So, I mean, you know, you could say this to almost all maps. It's just where this is the map where this is the most important, but the CT rotation and the communication. So there's a couple points of failure here, of course, when there's an outside cross like that, because Zero's trying to get as much damage as he can on the spams, on the cross, by throwing nades, and then trying to get a tag, get some audibles so he can call some good info for Zevi to rotate. And Zevi needs to go to ramp so that Hardzao can make his rotation downstairs, but he absolutely cannot leave until Zevi gets there, in case it is going to still be a ramp play. So at that point in time that FURIA were on control side, already working on decon, paiN Gaming had no idea that there could be 4 or 5 players downstairs, and that made everything too slow. So the chain of operations just got halted, and FURIA, I think, already knew they won. There needs to be more resistance outside. You can over-rotate early, or you can fight early. They kind of did neither in that last round.
Lineup. Nice for biguzera. Not 1, but 2. And then a bunch of damage into Art as well. So biguzera finding his value here in round 21. Zevi, the homing missile of an op shot, tracks Art, who never touches the ground, but safe finds Hardzao's head. Cracks it open just like ramp. At a 2v4 attempt, turned 2v3. With what Safe's been able to do so far this map, I wouldn't put it past him. But it's going to come down to finding the openings within this map.
Yeah. Yeah, and Zevi's kind of a little bit out of the round right now. Like, he can tell them they're not outside, but you can see FURIA are just going to end lower, and they're just going to try to do it as safely as possible. And right now, there's nowhere in which they're going to get caught on the way down. CT's calcified in positions that are not all that useful at the moment. PKL is going to step up to the plate, walking up into control room. If Safe posts on this, it's going to be trouble. Serato has the bomb on his back. But they don't have smokes, actually. They don't have smokes and they don't have control side. So
PKL comes up. Oh, just as Safe turned his attention. He was holding that. Serato takes a glance at it. 15 seconds for him to somehow piece together this 1v3. Like you alluded to, no smokes, so the plant's going to be awkward. He's going to go for decon side, which is the opening, the only opening. Door push gets him off the plant. Again, 3 seconds, so now time is against him. He gets a second kill. Incredibly clean shots from Serato. So Skullz keeps himself tucked in cover until it's after time. Will deny the money there for Serato and the round to FURIA.
Yeah, it was kind of expensive, but does keep the money like very low by killing those last 2 players. I think they have 6K on 1, so they can op up once again, even though the op goes down there in control room. So at least no problem, but we already see the FAMAS come out from PKL, a little bit lower on grenades, and another buy coming in to try to put the pressure on as much as possible. Probably influenced by those last 2 kills here for FURIA. And with Safe having this kind of game, if they can get the op, why not?
Yeah, go for it. See who or what he can rip to shreds. Hardzao, easy first one, as Art thought maybe he could just slip along the smoke. Oof, and Zevi not far off to support, but Hardzao got dinked in all that, so he has to just dive down to the B site, calling for help. As he wobbles on 7 HP. But doesn't show himself. Hiding in dark. So all of a sudden, with 2 ops in their hands...
Well, they know Hardzao is still here.
Safe finds the next one, and there's a limited possibilities as to where the hell he's at. Poor Hardzao would not want to be him right now. He looks up. What? Safe goes to clear the corner with the sniper shot, and it's yuurih with the deeg to finally put Hardzao down. 2v2. 40 seconds. And a ramp flank. with the other CT inside of vents. But
Oh,
they
they
lose the ramp player. Now PKL's going to have to come in with the clutch. He catches one in the open. Bomb taken down. Drop fumbles it. And yuurih, on the hunt for his 20th kill, just has to put away PKL. That's all that's left with the smoke in front of Decon. PKL, sensing a little bit of desperation, plays off the audio, slips out, and he's got yuurih dead to rights. Nice play from PKL. That moment of fright where he just has to walk blindly through the smoke.
Oh man, no, that was very, very scary, but well played by PKL. Just the perfect time to disrespect that. yuurih was tied up in control. He had to take some time to get back to the window. I feel like Hardzao got hung out to dry a couple of times in this situation where Zevi got the first kill with the op, but then he just didn't hold a more passive angle. He decided to re-peek, just got blasted away as Hardzao got tagged low. Then Hardzao went lower, and then his next opper in control room peeks before him and dies, and then, you know, he's going to get found. Luckily, Safe approaches him with that no-scope and misses, but...
Ooh, hefty nade damage. That's 3 assists from 1 frag on Skullz in this round. Over quick. Blink and you'll miss it. FURIA taking their first tack timeout of the map.
FURIA can pretty much do anything. The early to mid portions of these rounds, they're taking outside control, almost taking no damage. Then they have ramp as well. They've been able to kill Hardzao or get him to rotate off more than once without a kill. And these mid to late round situations as well, and 2vx's, they've got paiN to over-rotate a number of times. So this pause could just be about making him think too much. They haven't even really had to implore an upper hit, early squeaky pressure, any kind of lurk or vent drop or anything like that.
Ooh, yuurih. Bloodlust is real. Wastes no time. And Caserado, he picks up the frag. PKL's out. Oh, Big Uzera gets just the one. There's a player sneaking up, though. 2 backs, potentially turns a line, and he's got it. Zevi, 2 kills to keep this one in the hands of paiN. The reality is low health on Caserado, but he still comes through with the kill. And now Zevi's going to have to do more, but he's known to FURIA, and they fall back. Oh, they're going to make things sketchy.
Yeah, so sketchy. Okay, Bomb will get picked back up, but this isn't going back outside, surely. No, Caserado's... Oh, he's coming to check on it. Oh, no way. Dude,
What?
no way. No way he finds that. Even the fact that he got that kill off the lurk smoke and Hardzao, ramp rotator, I think they already believe he's downstairs, right? They just were up there. Maybe they just search heaven and then clear upstairs and save potentially assisting Caserado with the hut, and they have a round.
Nice drop. Safe. Trying to stay close, trying to escort this bomb through. Caserado, you know, only 8 HP, but he's gotten 2 kills with this already. The last step is just getting to the bomb site, and he will be good. No way Hardzao stops this. It's going to have to be the retake clutch in a 1v2, or map 1 slides the way of FURIA, as it always felt it would after that dominating CT side. Bomb planted underneath heaven. At the very least, Hardzao is able to retake from above. He's got his 1 flash to try and get out with. If he can land it, it's great. He gets the first easy frag, but now it's the question as to where Safe's at, and with low HP, he gets tagged up by Safe to end it. 26 kills from the hybrid Opper turned rifle god. Safe dominating on Nuke and leading FURIA to another blowout victory. Barring that loss versus EG, it has been FURIA looking like favorites, and now a single map away on the road to Rio.